Hello friends, this is Bethany with New Life Jewelry Creations. Last video I did a stretch band watch and a stretch band bracelet. And stretch bracelet, not band. Anyways, so, well, I did this one. Let's put that over there. And I said that I was going to do some more of them and just maybe just show you the results. Well, there's some things that I wanted to talk about. Like this one here I'm going to do, and I'll probably do this one on video. It's a pretty bracelet and it needs to be the love brought back to it. But as you can see, this stretch cord, I mean, it just breaks real easy. It's old, and that happens to them. So stretch bracelets probably should have their stuff changed out every, I don't know. And if you have stretch bracelets, go in and stretch them every once in a while. You know, go in and do some of this right here. What that does is it actually extends the life of your elastic stuff here, because if it's just sitting there, it's getting old and brittle. It's kind of like china plates. You should actually use your china because it will deteriorate if it's not being used. I know, strange stuff. Okay, I'm not going to do this one today. I really need another piece. It doesn't have enough pieces for it. There should either be 4 or 5 pieces for a bracelet. You can always put beads in between or something in between. 3 is kind of small. You know, that's not a really long bracelet. Okay, so let me put that back in my tray. All right, this here is actually not a stretch bracelet. It is a bracelet though, and it is pretty. And I hate that cabochon that they put there. It does need 3 rhinestones in it or something. It could be pearls, but this is an elephant and I think it's very cute. And so I may fix this one today. But that's in with that bin. All right, this one here just needs to be put back together. Like I said, I'm just going to use the paint marker here, the chrome marker, and hit these here so that they're a little shinier. There's a little bit. I don't mind wear on metal because some of it's really pretty. Like this one's already been painted. But this is not pretty. This is kind of dull, and I like it better silver. So I think that this one here, I will bring it back to the silver color. All right, this one here just needs to have the things put back in it, redo them. I will probably start it and then fast forward and show you the finished product, which is going to look just like this with better stretch cord in it. So that's not exciting. Might not even show you that. This one here is pretty. I love this. And as you can see, the big ends here, little end here, big end, little end, big end, little end. So it goes back and forth. It does have silver beads in between it. And in the box, these were the silver beads that were loose from here. And so, as you can see, there's a lot of them missing. I think I said 14. And that is 7 beyond these here. Okay, so I went and I have a container where I have some 4mm silver beads here, and some other things that can you see there? I don't know. Other things I've kept. These are all pretty much worn. There's not enough here to add to that to bring that up. So what I went out to my shed and I pulled out some other silver spacer beads, and I really like these. These are like a pumpkin bead, I think they're called, and I think these will work if I have enough of those. The hole's too big. These were harvested, and you can see that they have lost a little bit of their shine. So I'm going to put that in the container with all the other ones. I'm going to bag these here up and put those away, and we'll start with this. Okay, we are halfway through, and I'm going to leave. I did put the binder clip on the bottom here so that it's not going to go too far that way. Okay, now what I'm going to do is, actually we're going to take it out of one hole here because we're going to thread it back through. Okay, when you have a dual hole and you're going to go around and then come back around, you actually go around in the center of one of those segments. So I'm going to go in here, in through right there. Come on, doesn't want to behave. All right, I want to make sure I'm not crossing my string here. Okay, tighten that up a little bit. Not too tight yet because I want to go through here. And once I start going down, then we'll get it all. As you can see, it's got 1, 2, 3 of these holes. This hole here is one of the last ones we'll do. Okay, let's go with a bead here. Now let's kind of tighten this up a little bit. Let's tighten it up from this end. Oh, don't that look like a mess? It's not, I swear. Okay. Don't cross your strings. Come on. Let's keep you down here. Don't lose the bead. Okay. Now we're going to go through these ones, both of them. Come on. Yep. We're going to pick up another bead. And once we start doing this, it's going to come together so much better once we got a couple of these on. Okay. It's going to go there. And it's going to go back through here. That one. Whoops. Come on. Be nice. Through both. Through both. There we go. Pick up another bead. And let's do some tightening, I think. I think it's okay to do tightening now. As soon as I get this one through. All right. Let's see what we got here. Okay. Pull this side here. You guys all go out like that, because we don't need you. Okay, let's tighten these up. Tighten them up. Tighten them up. Tighten it up. Okay, you see how it's starting to come together? Okay. And that's what it's going to look like. And you can see, look at the difference between the ones with the beads in it and the ones without the beads. You see, it's subtle, but it does make a difference, okay? Spacer beads are your friend. Okay, I'm going to pause again and fast forward until I'm all the way around. Okay, my phone just shut off. I'm not sure why. It does like being a jerk to me. I'm just saying. It's personal. All right. Let's tighten, tighten, tighten. Okay. And this time I did remember to make sure it was fully charged and made sure that it was had plenty of memory. So I'm not sure why it was being a jerk. It could be that there was a message or something that popped up, and that will shut off your video, which is kind of annoying. Okay, let's pull. All right, tighten, tighten, tighten. Go 1, 2. Tighten, tighten, pull down. Now, if I was doing just a one whole thing around, I would probably have done more knots than just those 2 wraps. Simply because it is more secure the more times you do that step right there. You can do that as many times as you want, but your knot's going to be bigger each time, and it's just kind of a pain when you're doing a double one like this. Okay, cut this very close, and you can because of the kind of knot we're using. All right, turn it right side out, and there we go. Isn't that beautiful? That is a very pretty, pretty bracelet. Okay, let's put that over there. Like I said, I'm going to do a couple of these. I'll show you when they're finished. There's no sense in just watching each one. I will put these away. That's what's really great about when you harvest a bunch of beads and stuff. Keep them, because you can use them in other projects. I have no idea what these came in, but I didn't buy them. So, and as you can see, these have got a lot of wear on them. This bracelet, if you look on the inside, you can see some wear on the right here where it contacts the skin. So whoever had this wore it a lot until it either broke or I don't know why they quit wearing it, other than it was broken and dry rotted. So let's put these back in a baggie. Put these away. Keep your stuff sorted as, oh, look at that. One of those beads got away from me. So make sure it goes back into its little thing with its buddies, the same size. Could I use that chrome marker and color those back to being shiny? Sure. Could I take the rest of the silver off and make them brassy? Sure. Could I leave them just the way they are? Because that's a really cool look, the distressed metal like that. Sure. You can do what you want. It's your world. Okay. All right. Let me go on with this and these here, and I'll be back. Okay. That's 2. As you can see, it no longer has that dirty, yucky looking stretch cord in it. And it's got a nice stretch. Comes back real easy. And that one looks good. So, okay, I painted all these with that chrome marker. I'm going to set them aside there and let them dry. And while that's drying, it's going to take probably 24 hours for that. I want to finish this, chopping up this illusion necklace. These are really sturdy on there. And I'm trying to cut 3 at one time, which probably isn't a great idea. But yeah, illusion necklaces are they're pretty enough. But you see this part right here? Because they did not roll that with the bead crimper, all they did was crimp it. You can also roll it into like a tube so it's not so sharp. You can put bead covers over them. There's a lot of stuff you can do to them. But Yeah. Best thing to do is harvest the beads. And like I said, you may want to keep your wires here. I used them yesterday in the video I did. I made a little, actually I took a piece of this. You see it come off like that. They usually don't unwind. A lot of times they'll have like a plastic coating on them, so they don't do this. This is a very heavy duty one, so it's got a lot of wires in it. And then if you've got a bead that you want to pull a string through, and it's the bead hole is very small. This is a very small wire. Just go like that right there. Take your string. I'll pretend this is my string. Put it in like that there. Stick it through the bead just like you would a needle. Pull it through. And ta-da! And if it breaks, oh well, you got a bunch more. I have broke so many beading needles that yeah, it was getting expensive until I realized, you know what? I can use this. Now this one's kind of too short. I'm not going to keep this one. I will keep the bead. We'll throw that away. This one's the same case. I probably will only keep the end pieces because I've got plenty of illusion wire. If I didn't, then I would probably keep more of it. But yeah, I'm not keeping everything. And do I know where I put the others that I kept? No. Organization is an important thing, and I wish I was more organized. Ta-da! There we go. Throw those away. All right. Where's that? Right there. Cut it above the crimp bead. Now crimp bead they're usually round and they're very soft metal, and you just put them on the wire and crimp it. Yeah, squeeze it. Okay. And look at that's a nice long piece of wire. I can use the whole thing if I wanted to, or I could unwrap it and use some of those very tiny, tiny wires that it's made of. I will also, I'll save the beads. I'll save the lobster clasp here. I might save this one. This one seems to be nice and long. All right. And when you see how my finger's right there, it's not in it where it's going to get pinched. But it is definitely so that thing won't go flying. I released these and the beads went flying. Ta-da! Okay. Yes, there's another bead like that on the floor right beside me, and I'll pick that up in a little bit. Come on. I need new wire cutters. All I gotta do is tell my husband, and he'll make sure I have some. I'm one of those people that's not very materialistic, so I rarely ask for anything, and I don't shop, and so anytime he can find something that he can buy for me, he's excited, which is really great when I need resin, because he keeps me in resin. And I need a cover for my computer chair here because it's faux leather and it's like bald now. It needs to be covered up. Anyways, so I told him that I needed one. And when we went on Amazon, there wasn't this particular chair that had a cover, so he bought me a new chair. I'm not sure when it's going to get here, but yeah. So he's sweet. I mean, there's absolutely nothing wrong with this chair other than it's shedding like crazy. It's got all this stuff here. Yep. So Yeah, that's no fun. It's all over my house now because, you know, it just keeps coming apart more and more and more and more. So, okay. Want to keep it to there. I won't keep the clamshell. I'll show you what that is in just a second. I know you guys know what a clamshell is. It's the thing that comes on a clam. No, don't like clams, so. All right, I'm going to keep that one. All right, this right here is a clam bead cover, a knot cover, and it just goes over a knot or a whatever you happen to have there, and it keeps it safe. Keeps it from, yeah, from coming apart very easily. And open that one right there. I'll keep the little jump ring too. I'll keep the little jump ring too. Okay, that's like on the Wizard of Oz. And your little dog too. All right, come on, cut. Oh, man, what if I can sharpen these with my Dremel? Ralph's probably got a grinder or something. I could take it out to his shop and sharpen it with. You know, just hit it right there. But that's a pretty little drop bead. Teardrop. Like I said, I put my finger right over the end here. So I do it with what are those called? Little piece of wire. Eye pins and head pins and stuff too, because they can fly across the room, and you don't. I have shag carpeting in this room, and it is, not kidding, it is over 50 years old. So back then they made carpet to last. It isn't terrible, needs to be replaced, but this is a craft room, and you know, there's other things to spend money on. Like I said, I hate spending money. And that just goes to emphasize the fact that I'm not one to spend a lot of money. This looks like it had one of these maybe. No, because that doesn't have a jump ring. Look how dirty that bead is. Oof, can you see the dirt? I don't know if you can see the dirt right there. Can you see it? Can I get it up close? I can get it up close, but will it focus? I don't know. Focus, focus. Hocus pocus, focus. Nope, it's not going to focus. All right. It's not like a regular camera where you can adjust the focus. It's a phone. It's actually my husband's old phone. He got a new phone, and his camera was better than the camera on my phone. So, yeah, I use his old phone. There we go. And ta-da. All right. Let's get rid of this right here. Let's see if that will. Let's clip it with this here. Ta-da. And that clipped it. There we go. Throw that away. Okay. So now I have a jump ring and a chain extender with a little droppy thing. Those cute little droppy things. Yep. All right. So let me put that in my. No, I'll put it somewhere else. I'll actually take care of it. All right, check this. There's little pieces of wire. That's why you want to make sure you have something down on your table or whatever you're working with. It can be a paper towel. In this case, it's a piece of cardstock. Make sure you get that all in the trash. On the other side of this, I was making an owl. I made my owl thing. I was sketching it out before I made it out of clay and stuff, beads and stuff. Anyways, I figured that would be See how many beads I got on there? Yeah, that'd make a cute little bracelet or something. Add a few more beads to it. Yeah. So we're not wasting that necklace. We're just, yeah, tearing it all apart. Okay, I'm done for this section and I'll come back later. All right, I'm going to cut this one up. I'm going to restring it. And I'm going to leave it this size. I was thinking that it's too big, and it is too big for me. But there are people who have larger wrists than I have a pretty large wrist. My sister's is like half the size of mine. But there are people that have even larger wrists. And there was a time when my wrists were larger than they are now. So, yeah. And let's face it, everybody wants to be able to wear jewelry, right? So let me tear this apart. And I'll put it back together and I'll show you what it looks like once it's all done. Okay. I just wanted to show you that this did have 5 sections, which I said, you know, most of them will have 5 sections. And instead of going all the way around and then coming back and go like I did with the double, the tour things like this, where I went all the way around then came back with the same piece, I will do it with 3 stretch cords because it is a 3-piece. Before I finish this, let me show you something here that's, if you look on this side of these little spacers, they got like little cups on them, but on this side they're flat. For some reason, when this was put together, they put the cup on the back side and not between where the beads are. And I think that's why it made this look so much bigger. So I am putting it the way that it should have been put, in my opinion. What those little cups were for was for the beads to sit in. And when I finish, we'll come back and I'll show you what it looks like. Okay, if you look at it now, you'll see that the beads are set into the thing. I think that's why it looked so big before. It's not so big anymore. I don't think it was just that it needed to be restrung and it was loose. I think that was put together wrong. The beads aren't in your face here. They're just a touch, a kiss of color and movement and stuff. Yeah, I like this much better. So, yep, that one's done. Okay, here's the next one. I'm going to use the 0.07 millimeter elastic cord because this is a smaller bracelet and it's lighter weight. If I want, I can go in through more than once. We'll see. I'm going to make it long enough that I can do that because if I can, I will. If I can't, well, no biggie. Should be strong enough anyways. All right, remember the first thing we're doing is we're stretching it. And we're stretching, and we're stretching, and we're stretching. Ooh, that part stretched further than the other parts. Interesting. Wonder if that's a weak section. I can't speak. I slept very little last night. We had some wicked thunderstorms last night. They came before I got to sleep, but my husband was asleep, and one of them, he was really deep asleep, and it hit really loud and very close, and it woke him up, and he was like, oh. So, yeah. All right. I'm going to start right here. I'm going to go in and back out because I'm going to do both sides at once, I think. You can do them any way you want. Even them up right here. Scrunch it, scrunch it. Okay. And I did silver these, as you can see. That doesn't come off now because it's been more than 24 hours, I think. So, all right, we are doing this section here, right? Yes. See? Yes. It never hurts to double check what you're doing. Okay? And also what I did this morning is all this extra stuff here. This, I chopped it up real fine. I'm going to put that in some resin. I think it'll make a little sparkly type thing in the bottom. So there's that. Okay, let me pause this and fast forward. Okay, I'm all the way through, and now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in here and oops, and out this side with this one, and then on this one I'm going to do the opposite. I'm going to go in this side. Come on, right there. All right, and out that side. And now I've got my 2 strings that I can go down. All right, I'm going to pull this tight. This is a fairly large one, even. You know, it's not tightened up right now, but when I tighten it up, it's still going to be fairly large compared to some of the other ones. Ooh, my string has got twisted. I need to undo that and untwist that string, I think. Let me just take one out and see if... Okay, I think I just... When I did it, I just twisted the one. Okay, so let me put this one back in, and I twisted one side. Not at all. That happens. So let me put that back in without twisting. Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Right there. Underneath. Don't go underneath. There is a bridge here. They all have little bridges in them. This one, this bridge is right there. Okay. All right, that's better. All right. Tighten, 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 because, you know, you tighten as you're going. It's a lot better than trying to get it at the end. All right, let's go behind ears because we're going to go through those. Okay, I'm going to stop, fast forward until I get all the way back around to this side here, and then we'll knot it. Well, my phone shut off again. Not sure why. It's got plenty of charge and it's got plenty of memory. I think it just is a jerk, you know? I know computers hate me. I didn't realize phones could hate me too. I'm going to pull this pretty tight. See how that's tightening up right there? Oh, look, I can get a little bit more silver on that right there. I missed it when I was going around because I did these individually because they were apart. All right. Normally, if I was to do the 1 millimeter diameter stretch magic, I would have only gone through it once. But this is the first time I'm using this 7 millimeter, and I got it in the kids craft area and not in the jewelry making thing, and I'm going, it could be a little less strong. I'm not finding that to be the case, but it could be, you know? So that's why I went around twice. Ooh, see, it broke. And I think that was in that weak area. Oh, no, 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 no. Okay, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to, because I can, pull this around Remember I said it gave a lot of stretch, and I think that there may have been a weak area in the stuff itself. So let me pull this. I just want one of those strands, whichever one this one is. And see, that's on the top. Okay, let's pull top. And what I'm doing is I'm getting a string on this side so I can tie it, because I don't trust that I had that knot in there. I know I have half the knot in there. I don't think I have the full knot in there. Okay, got that. Now let's see if I can, I don't want to pull that one. I'm going to pull, where do I have? All right, there's double. And there's double. Let's find out which one's short. Come on. Where are you? Right there. There on that one. There it is, right there. Okay. Oh, now I just need to pull this around. Pull it around. Where's? Pull that one. Pull this one back a little bit because I don't want to lose that. Okay, let's pull and pull. Pull and pull. Come on. Now if this one breaks again, I'm just going to take it all apart and do it with the stronger, the bigger diameter. I don't think I'm going to have a problem here, but if I do, how much do I have? Oh, I have a good amount. So let me just pull this one here tight. Slip that back up through. Let's see, that one there. I don't like how that is. Let's just clip that end off. Give it a nice clean end there. Yeah, I should have listened to myself and said, you know what, that's kind of spongy there. That I didn't like that, how much it stretched. And I should have listened to myself at that point and said, you know what, let's cut that section out. But, you know, you live and you learn, and then you correct your mistakes here. All right, now we tighten it back up. Come on, tighten it all back up like we did before. Tight, tight, tight. Turn it over, and we're going to knot it. And in case somebody's thinking, oh, she did that to teach us something. Nope. I did it because that's what happened. When you're crafting, when you're making stuff, things don't always go perfect. When you see these how-to videos and everything goes perfect, yeah, I don't trust them. Because things do not just go perfect. All right, I got 2 knots in there. I'm going to do a third one, but this one I'm going to do more of a fisherman's knot, a crafter's knot, a surgeon's knot, however you want to call it. Which means I'm going to go around. I usually do 3 when I'm doing stretch cord, simply because sometimes the knot has a problem scrunching down. All right, let's see. Did it scrunch down? Yeah, see, it's good. Can you see? I have problems with this thing. It's right there. Getting close. Doesn't always want to. There. It's all back together again. I am going to. Where is it? That one place there. Right here. I'm going to hit it with the chrome marker that I was using earlier, and just Just like that. And just like that, it's back to being pretty. Let me do that right there. Anybody else? I guess maybe I missed this one all. Nah. I went over them twice, so maybe I missed that one the second time. Just the light's bad, so I'm not sure if I missed the chrome or if it's just the light's bad. Anyways, all right, I'm going to cut these up because I can, and I'm going to put them in resin like I can. I did shine this one up some. I'm going to have to get the heat gun to get this out because I took my pokey tool and just kind of poked around to see if that was going to loosen up and come out. And I put a hole in my thumb right there. Bled really good. I got a paper towel over here with blood all over it. So, yeah, fun stuff. But that is a cute little elephant. And we're going to make him cute. But not in this video. I think I'm going to end this video now. I've done several bracelets. This one here I chromed up. So oh, that one I need to do. Yeah, you do it, you let it dry, you look at it again and go, oh, I missed a spot. That's normal. Okay, but these came out pretty. Got some more in the back with that I did last video. I think this looks like a man's bracelet to me. If I had done these backwards, I don't know why they did them backwards, but it made it bigger and it would fit a man then, I know, but I hate doing things the wrong way. It's like a hinge. Look at that, a hinge. Okay, this is Bethany with New Life Jewelry Creations. Thanks for watching. Give me some comments. If there's something you want to see, just let me know. I have so much product and stuff that I can do. Glance back at my other videos and go, yeah, can you do another one of that? You know, whether or not it's making cabochons or cleaning a piece or Mr. Snow, Sergeant Snow, sorry. You know, whatever. Just let me know what you like, what you don't. Or just say hi. Hi. Bye.